and it's been providing a lot of economic benefit, to our country.
However, recent studies from French researcher Jean-Baptiste Leca and his wife show that the primates population in the Granny Tang Forest Reserve and surrounding cultivated areas is registering a disturbing decline.
Quickly realized that there was a problem and there were fewer and fewer monkeys coming around the parking lot area, which is a really touristic place. I mean, Mona monkeys are touristic attractions. The tourists, when they visit the inside of the island and particularly the national park, they want to see Mona monkeys. That's part of the tour package, right? And we talk with tourists too, and some tourists are really disappointed when they can't see Mona monkeys. And it seems that over the past months, at least 12 months, something went wrong because people see fewer and fewer monkeys in Granny Tang.
Leca is not the first to carry out studies on Grenada's famous Mona monkey. Some 2 decades ago, a researcher by the name of Mary Glenn also carried out a thorough study on the primates, and it is by comparing his findings with previous research that Leca has noticed a drop in the population figures.
If we compare our data with research that has been conducted 20 years ago, there's a sharp decrease in the population size, in the group density, in the density of monkeys individuals, and even in the group size. The group size of monkeys are smaller than they used to be 20 years ago. So in our opinion, that really tells us there's a problem.
Anthony Roche, an avid hunter who was actually part of Mary Glenn's research team, pointed out that 20 years ago, this very spot was a platform to view numerous monkeys.
Because inside there had a lot of monkeys. Sometimes you find, before you reach here, you meet a troop. When you advance a little more inside, you hear the ball just digging, We used to do tranquilizing. I do that for years with them.
But clearly, that is no longer the case. Leca's finding also shows that the sale of the monkey, dead or alive, is proven to be a lucrative business in Grenada, a business that poses a threat to the remaining population.
Another issue is the pet trade, because hunters also kill the mothers to get the babies so that they can sell them. We also witnessed a flyer in downtown St. George's people advertising the sale of a baby monkey, and they can sell it for a really high price, $3,000 EC.
State of Affairs found out that the situation of Grenada's lone primate is of great concern to those in authority.
I think this is a big concern. People must understand these monkeys are worth so much more to us alive in their natural habitat than they are to us on a plate. It's a cultural thing, yes, but these are endangered. We have to really send a message out to the public to say, let's see what we can do, because we want to preserve and protect our Mona monkeys. They're important to us.
We need cooperation and collaboration among all the key players. Forestry must be on board together with the police, and we must involve the hunting associations and the public at large. It is something that we have to move swiftly.
A lot of what is happening, there are laws in place that governs what we should do, that dictates how we should treat when certain activities occur.
The Mona monkey is protected under the Wild Animal and Bird Sanctuary Act, which strictly prohibits its hunting in the Granny Tang Forest Reserve at all times. And anyone going contrary to this law can be charged a sum of EC $1,000 or serve 6 months in prison. However, there is provision for hunting in non-protected areas, but only during the open hunting season that runs from October to December. But because of the dire situation of the monkeys, the French researcher is suggesting that hunting be banned for a season so that the primate's population can once again grow. Other than that, he fears that the species may soon become extinct.
If you ban the hunting for several years, and if we do another survey in, let's say, 5 or 6 years, and if we see that the monkey population has increased and it is improving again, well, first that will tell us that the hunting was a problem, and that will allow you maybe to regulate in a more controlled way the population of monkeys in the future.
From the Granny Tang Forest Reserve, I am Janelle Hamlet for State of Affairs.
This is the Grenadian reality. This is our current state of affairs.
There is still a place where untouched beauty meets soothing experiences and a warm people. It is a place where cascading waterfalls meet quiet meandering rivers to join silky stretches of white sand beaches. A place where you are greeted with the friendly smiles of the local people, while the rich aroma from the abundance of tropical fruits, fresh herbs and spices fill your lungs. A place perfect for curious minds, minds intrigued by 18th century plantations, a water-propelled rum distillery, historical forts, and petroglyphs that are still visible today. A place where you can go turtle watching, feed mana monkeys, and marvel at water-filled craters created from extinct volcanoes. This place also allows you to enjoy perfect year-round sailing conditions while diving the world's first underwater sculpture park. This charming place is neatly situated in the Southern Caribbean and is popularly referred to as the Spice Islands of the Caribbean. These islands are Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So come visit us as we take you on a journey like never before. Come, experience the rhythms of spice.
Carnival 2014 was off to an encouraging start with the official launch last week Saturday on Port Highway in Tantine. Thousands crowded the vicinity for what was indeed a lively and upbeat session. Staffer Trevor Twits caught all of the action.
There were certainly plenty of fun and excitement as the key players showcased what they have to exhibit for Carnival 2014. The masked players were there, steel band players, the Calypsonians and soca artists, the Jab and Shortney, you name it, they all came and showcased what they have to offer for 2014.
Chairman of Spice Mask Corporation, SMC, Alistair Bain, promises a bumper season with the new additions of Queen Show and Pageant. He says the return of the Queen Show is generating plenty of interest.
Queen Show is back. We were saying that Queen Show will be back. I am here to announce that Queen Show is back, and in fact, the organizers are probably speaking about having a semi-finals because we have so many beautiful young ladies keen up to be Miss Spice Mask 2014. As we promised you also, Pageant would also be back as our fancy masks. Makers have been begging to display their fear, and that will be happening right here at the Roy St. John playing field in Tantine. We have also decided this year that we will invite masqueraders as they come in from other islands with their costumes. We would allow them to jump on our street, adding pomp, adding flavor to our carnival. Remember, this is the last summer jump up in the Caribbean.
Culture Minister Senator Brenda Hood is also predicting a splendid summer festival with the key players firmly on board. She's heartened by the build-up.
It is indeed a great pleasure to see the turnout this afternoon and to witness the jubilance of the patrons and the masqueraders who are coming along and speak. Spice Mask is definitely ready to bring the excitement and richness of our cultural heritage to the highest level. Our artists have been busy preparing for the season to offer their renditions that would really bring that special, indescribable feeling that is truly Grenadian.
Senator Hood also announced a redefined theme for the festival.
I'm excited and pleased to reveal the theme for Spice Mask 2014, which is uniquely rooted in our rich ancestral traditions. Spice Mask 2014, an explosion of calypso and soca. Thank you, and do have a safe and fun-filled Spice Mass 2014. Thank you.
And from all indications, calypso and soca music, key aspects of the festival will feature prominently, with artists promising to take their work to another level.
Then I tried the music, want to be a calypsonian. I went inside of the studio to record a conscious song. $1,000 to $1,500 we have to pay for one. But Mr. High and Mighty and radio telling government don't give subvention. Isaac, but I bet you if my name was King Scholar, Andre Donald would be my worshipper.
Over the years, brand new, many artists have tried to create sound.
This year is going to be a true explosion of musical talents. We want you, the public, to continue to consume and support local music and support local artists. Do not spend all of your money on the foreign acts. Support artists by going to the Calypso tents, Carnival City, and all of the SMC shows.
The key players were very much part of the launch: Fancy Mass, Shotney, Veko, Moko Jumbi, Steel Band, and the ever-popular Jab Jab. Not only are the key players bubbling and preparing, but sponsorship, another important aspect of the festival, is said to be in good hands, with the National Lottery Authority, Lime, and others very much on board.
We are very appreciative of our major sponsors, the National Lotteries Authority, who has continued to support us, especially supporting all our activities related to Steel Band and Panorama. Sponsorship in 2014 to the tune of over $352,000 in cash. Lime in 2014 would be recognized as the platinum sponsor for Soca Monarch. Support to the tune of over $850,000 in terms of its overall support to Spice Mass. We thank you Lime, for your continued support to Spice Mass. We are also very appreciative to other sponsors, the Grenada Breweries Limited, Carib, the official beer of Spice Mass, the Grenada Electricity Services Limited, Grenlick. Our other sponsors, George F. Huggins, Grenada Distillers, Wester Hall Rum, Colombian Emeralds, they are all on board, they are all ready to go, and they will help us to make this Carnival.
The Carnival breeze certainly blew heavy last week Saturday on Port Highway and should gain gale force momentum as the season intensifies for another exciting climax. I am Trevor Thwaites on the ball for State of Affairs.
Thank you very much, Trevor Thwaites, and that's our picture this week from the home front. This is the current state of affairs. As we speak, our reporters and producers are gathering more stories from across Grenada, and we'll be back here next week to tell them. I am Raul Titus.